So what's up guys, today I'm going to try and cook up like a old MySpace deathcore type instrumental. You know, this era of deathcore was always my favorite and still is, you know, listen to it every day. I just think that the groove, the heaviness, everything is much more, how do I call it, like feral, wild, crazy, you know, really heavy guys. Like the BPM switches, you know, the groovy breakdowns, I love it, I love it. I think, I'm gonna be honest, I prefer it to modern deathcore, although I haven't listened to modern deathcore that much, so I am probably not the best person to, you know, compare these two. So yeah, let's get into it guys. So yeah, obviously I'm going to be inspired a lot from, you know, these bands like Suicide Silence, their Cleansing album, Chelsea Green, Whitechapel, you know. You are definitely going to hear the influence in my opinion, you know. I tried to nail the vibe perfectly as I could. The first thing that I started obviously with the, like some sort of a groovy riff, you know, groovy chugs, with blast beats, and also for the intro, guys, we are getting straight to the action, you know. Just a drum fill for the intro, like, you know, 4 bars, boom, you're done. So yeah, this is the riff I came up with guys, and you know, I'ma play it with the drums and everything. In this riff I utilized gallops a lot. I think they add a really good groove. I would even call this maybe a bit genty, you know, Meshuggah kinda groove, but yeah, I try to stay in the deathcore boundaries, you know, and yeah. So as I said, the first part is not blast beat, you know, it's mainly focused on the groove, and then in the second part, just for variation purposes and kind of like a climax, it transitions into blast beats, you know, so I think definitely sounds crazy. So yeah, okay, so for the next part guys, I think, you know, usually, or I heard it a lot, these kind of tremolo lead riffs are utilized a lot, you know. They are even like harmonized, which is exactly what I did here. I feel like it's just a nice transition into the next part of the track. It's kind of on the melodic side, so it kind of gives a break to the listener. It's kind of uplifting, you know, compared to these brutal slamming breakdowns, you know. So, and again, for the drum part, these are just blast beats, you know, it's deathcore guys. So yeah, and this is how it sounds. Guys, for the bass right here just follows exactly what the guitar is playing, you know. The same goes for the previous riff. I think this goes for the whole track. Next part, we are right into the breakdowns and Peeling Flash, and that they utilized pinch harmonics a lot in their, you know, chuck riffs and everything. Like you can hear it in hardcore, slam metal, so I try to utilize it in this breakdown, you know. And also guys, it wouldn't be a MySpace deathcore instrumental without a bass drop, right? You know, that's necessary. That distorts the whole track and gives much more aggression to it, you know, and obviously makes it much more impactful, and it really adds to the emphasis that it's a breakdown, you know, that everything's going down, like you get me guys. So yeah, let's listen what I did. And yeah, again guys, as you can hear, the main thing about the MySpace deathcore is the freaking groove, you know, and that's why I love it. It combined with kind of the older mixing style, you know, that it's a bit more distorted and broken down and raw, just the pure aggression. I love it. Let's get into the next part. So yeah, I just repeated the tremolo part again because that's what I kind of heard, and it sounds really hard to me that they are alternating between the breakdown riff and the tremolo. That there is this, you know, fast melodic riff, then it breaks into a breakdown obviously in the next 12 bars, you know. This repeats twice more. Then I did BPM change that's necessary for this type of instrumental, you know. Strumming the open chord once for transition, you can never go wrong. Yes, guys, I get it. It's, you know, kind of generic, but I think it really works, and it gives listener the time to like get used to the BPM change, you know, because it gives you like 12 bars, you know, a break to like adapt to the new BPM and like say to yourself, oh, new section is coming, you know. I know that a lot of songs don't care about this, they just go from one BPM to another BPM, another breakdown. But yeah, I think it kinda supports the whole flow of the instrumental, you know. Nice transition. It's really generic, but definitely works in my opinion, guys. So yeah, this is basically it. From 120 BPM to 160, but I wrote this in double time. So you can hear basic transition into the new BPM. Then this 160 BPM part is basically, I was really inspired by hardcore slam bands, 160 BPM and doing like 320 BPM kicks, you know, which sounds really crazy. It's like a machine gun, it's too much, but I just loved it, so this is what I did. The first section is just slamming, just the kick following the chugs, and then it switches into the double time kicks, you know. And also at the end, the last 4 bars is always a different thing for like a transition. Most of the time in deathcore, in these old deathcore styles, people use a tremolo picking the higher notes, you know, let's say on the 3rd string, you know. But yeah, this is how it sounds. So yeah, guys, then just this whole section repeats one more time, and by this part, you know, I added some staccato strings. And the inspiration right now is clear, I think, you know, basically Chelsea Green and their whole album, where it was really inspired by orchestral elements combined with deathcore, you know. I think they were the first ones to do it, if I'm not wrong. Maybe I'm just making this all up, but I'm sure I've heard like, you know, tracks like this where they utilized it. So yeah, I basically repeated the whole thing and just added a staccato strings pattern. And then the next part, basically breakdown, or what it should be, you know. I think the whole breakdown is self-explanatory, guys. You know, guys, what you need to utilize is silence. Give like huge breaks in between the chugs. It really adds into the tension, in my opinion, and into the heaviness, utilizing like silence, you know, and this is how it sounds. So yeah, guys, as you could hear, one thing that I realize now I can give you as a tip: always utilize triplets, like they sound so hard and groovy. That's what you want, right? So definitely utilize them, you know. In FL Studio, how to write triplets, you know. Basically, you can divide each bar or each 2 bars into 3 notes, you know. So you do it like this. See, like boom. You choose up here, you know, 1/3 of a step, and this is the bar, you know, and you just divide it into 3, and this is how you make triplets, guys. You know, you can even do slower. Divide those 2 bars. You know, we got 2 bars here, and you can divide them into 3 notes, right? See, and yeah, so yeah, this is a huge tip. Definitely, guys, utilize them for breakdowns, for anything you feel like you would like to improve or you would like to make sound better, you know. Always try triplets. The next part is basically you know, what I had in mind, like, oh yeah, I got slamming riffs, you know, but I don't have any like, you know, normal melodic riffs that so it's not just the same low chugging, so I try to switch it up. Basically this whole section will be written in triplets. You can hear how it's in 160 BPM, but it sounds fast and groovy because it's in triplets obviously, but it's a basic metalcore riff, you know, 5/7/8 with, again, I utilized the changing each 12 bars as I mentioned before, melodic riff and then a breakdown, melodic riff then a breakdown, and on every breakdown there is the impact and the bass drop. Again, I made a transition, you know, the one before with the open track. The difference is that I just played the riff in the left ear, you know, just so to get the listeners ready to what they are about to listen, you know. Again, just transitioning from breakdown right into like a, you know, riff section. I don't think that's, you know, really good, or at least I would like to make the transition smoother, so that's why I did this, you know. So yeah, this is how it sounds. Like, we basically got the whole track done right now. All we need for the end is obviously a breakdown, and what utilize a lot, you know, Suicide Silence did this, Chelsea Green, is before the final breakdown there is like a sample, like a phrase, you know, sample taken out from, I don't know, movie, show, you know, anything, you know, and it sounds kind of cool. So yeah, again, for the transition into the breakdown, you know, I did like again open strumming, you know, just some drums to get the groove going, you know. And then I found this random on Instagram Reels, you know, and I don't know, I had an idea, it would sound like a cool call out before a breakdown, so I used it. This is how it sounds, guys. So yeah guys, so as you can hear guys, I think made the vibe pretty close to how it used to sound, you know, back in the day, in my opinion. You know, I really enjoyed making it. That's what I think music should be about, you know, enjoying the process, you know, the passion for it and everything. And yeah, like 4 tips, like, you know, guitar wise guys, be in lower tunings, like drop A, obviously, you know, the most used tuning in that era of deathcore, you know, drop A. Guys, this is my first video, like I know that probably it will not be perfect in the terms of commentary, in the terms of recording, so I'll try to do better, obviously guys, but still I hope you enjoyed it, hope you take away something from this video guys. Please, I would be really grateful if you would subscribe if you know, want more content like this or like my stuff, you know, and please leave me any suggestions or tips on what I could improve, or if there's something I should, you know, expand upon in the next video, like, you know, describe something in more detail. On the other hand, skip something, like not like give so much time on, let me know guys. And yeah, if you like my music, some of my music is available on Spotify, you know, and if you'd like to work with me, you know, throw down some vocals on this instrumental, it's available on my BeatStars for purchase. So yeah, definitely guys, again, if you have any questions or anything, let me know in the comments, or just DM me, you know, DM me on Instagram, send me an email, anything guys. So yeah, once again, thank you so much guys, and see y'all next time.